Routines are habits that you need to be doing every day. Without them, you'll be wasting energy, scrambling, trying to figure out what you need to be doing next to optimize your day. Routines will save you mental energy, building you a foundation to attack the day or optimize rest. So, how do I build a routine? What do I need to do in my morning and my night routines to optimize my recovery and the day ahead of me? So for my morning routine, I wake up early around 5 a.m. to my alarm clock. I had prepared water the night before to drink out of, so I chugged some water. Since I do sports, I want a stronger core, so I start my core routine, not too intense, but enough to at least have me activate my core. Afterwards, I go and make a cup of coffee to go sit down and do some work. I used to wake up at 6, but I felt like I didn't have enough time to do things, so I decided to push the time back to 5 a.m. I feel more energetic and productive in the morning because usually after practicing the day, I feel exhausted mentally and physically. I see the trend of my ability to think decrease throughout the day. After I do a deep work session, I get ready for the day. I know some people out there suggest to go on a walk, have a morning high intense workout, but since I'm a student who has limited time and is doing sports, I don't need to work out because I have my practices, so I don't overtrain, but also I don't have time to spare to go on like an hour walk or 30-minute walk outside. And that's largely due to classes like 8 a.m. classes where I have to get ready after I do my deep work session because I also have to prepare meals throughout the day, which take up time. If you have more time than I do, I definitely suggest you to either do a morning walk where the sun is the brightest or at least go outside if it's like really early in the morning and the sun isn't out. Just go outside, get a walk in, or go to the gym, have a high intense workout, because I know some people like to do this and they just feel more energetic throughout the day. I used to do this in high school, so whenever it was an upper body session, I went in the morning, probably around 6 a.m., walking to the gym. It was very dark outside. It was kind of relaxing. It was a little eerie, but it's definitely a vibe. But yeah, I went to the gym. After I did my upper body session, I definitely felt more energetic. Like I felt like I accomplished something. It just led me to a more fulfilled, productive day. If you're able to go to the gym and get some work done early in the morning, after your workout, when you take your shower or you get ready for the rest of the day, kind of think back. You're like, wow, I accomplished a lot in this 3 or 4 hour time in the morning and it's only 9 or 10 a.m. Another reason why I like to wake up early is to avoid the notifications or the times when other people are awake because they send notifications or they kind of distract me in my own environment when I'm trying to work. If you think about it, whenever you're awake, you just have a lot of notifications coming at you, whether it be from social media, work, or even academic stuff. You just get notifications because during the day, everybody's usually awake. But when it's in the morning, when people are less inclined to wake up that early, you don't get these notifications, so it's not interrupting your time to do deep work. And what I like to do is promote deep work, because deep work allows you to get a lot more things done quicker, but with higher quality because you aren't distracted and you're just spending a lot more mental energy on this task. Another benefit of doing your work early in the morning is without the distractions, you are able to do a deep work session like I mentioned before. So within this deep work session, you're able to either accomplish this task or you're able to do other tasks that don't require as much energy as that task, because I like to spend a lot of mental energy or creative energy on a certain task in the morning, and then later throughout the days I do the easier or non-thinking tasks or even homeworks, but the ones that don't require so much mental thinking or creative energy. Also, being able to complete a task early in the morning, it gives you some sort of momentum or a groove to, it's like a wave of energy that makes you want to complete more tasks throughout the day because you already accomplished one that required a lot of energy. So then you're motivated to do other smaller tasks so you get more things done. And you just keep on attacking the list that you've made, which I'll talk soon about. So what do I do in my night routine? What I do is I choose tasks on my routines that help me have a higher quality of sleep. So of course I shower because I'm sweaty and smelly after training, but what I like to do is turn the shower cold at the end to remind myself what it feels like to be uncomfortable. Sometimes I forget that I need to choose the uncomfortable option to grow, so turning the shower cold reminds me to do so. After my shower, I want to have a great muscle recovery, so I use a foam roller and a ball on my muscles for at least 1 minute per muscle to loosen up a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how I recover as an athlete. After rolling, I do stability work. What that means is I do exercises that promote stability within my lower legs. So strengthening my ankles, hip flexors, and balancing on one leg on a foam block. These are usually the exercises I like to do. I've recently noticed that my stability is terrible. It's a very important thing to have when you're running because you need even muscles. You need to be able to produce even enough power or else your running mechanics won't be smooth, and in general, balance is good for your life. Once I'm done, I take my supplements. To better my health, I take a multivitamin and magnesium glycinate, which magnesium knocks me out quicker, which is why I take it before sleeping. If you have trouble sleeping, magnesium is the way to go. If you're interested in using magnesium glycinate, I'll link it down below in my description. Since I also need to prepare stuff for the morning, I fill up my water bottle with water so I can drink a lot of it when I wake up, but I also need to write down the tasks I need to do in the morning and throughout the day. So what I like to do is I like to put on my blue light glasses, whatever you want to call them, so blue light doesn't keep me awake. There's some studies on that. So if you're interested, you could probably Google blue light and blue light glasses. But anyways, next I go on Notion, which is a software that allows you to kind of put anything on there. And what I use Notion for is to write tasks or things like homeworks, projects that are due. So I like to go through a list of like when it's due and kind of figure out what I need to do next. Like do the tasks that's due pretty soon or just do tasks that are easy to do so I don't have to worry about them later. I go through that list, pick out what I want to do or need to do, and I write it down on a piece of paper. I'm not sponsored by Notion by any means, but if you have trouble keeping tabs on like when things are due, like your homework assignments or projects, or even keeping up with editing videos, like sometimes I forget that I need to edit a video, Notion is a great place to store information, kind of allow you to not think about when things are due, but it's kind of like a second brain. That's something people like to call it, a second brain, where you don't have to think about what you need to do next because you've already planned it out on Notion, where it just tells you like where everything is. But there's templates out there that you could use. I use a certain template to kind of schedule things because it's a little hard to develop that yourself with the software, but it's still easy to use. You can use a template or you can just make one yourself. Oh yeah, for example, this video, I use Notion to kind of write down the bullet points that I'm reading out of right now. But like I said, I go on Notion, I go through all the assignments or tasks that I need to get done. I pick out the task that needs to get done first, and then I pick out the ones that I could work out on or the ones that are easy to complete because my brain's a little weird. It likes to focus on the other tasks that I have to get done while I'm focusing on a big task. So for my deep work session in the morning, I like to do a harder task like editing or some creative task. Throughout the day, I like to do the smaller tasks so I don't have to think about it when it's nighttime and I'm doing homework. So it's like I don't spend more energy thinking about what I have to do next because those things are already done. So once this is done, I just try to go to sleep. It's a little hard to go to sleep sometimes, so what I like to do is I go and read. I always have a book besides my bed because I know some days I won't be able to sleep. So when those days come, I prop it open and I read. I know I should be reading more throughout the days, like picking reading over my phone, but sometimes I forget to do that. But it's definitely a great habit to do. Pick a book up rather than picking your phone up. Currently, I'm reading a book called Everyday Millionaires by Chris Hogan. It's pretty good so far, so if you're interested in those kind of books, you should check it out. A concept I've heard from probably social media is that it'll take you 15 to 20 minutes to feel sleepy or drowsy if you stay still in your bed or stay still in general. So I think that's what reading is doing to me, is it's making me stay still in my bed, not really moving around, so it's making me more sleepy, which is 100% the case, which is why I read before I sleep because I just get super tired quickly. I hope you found my routines insightful. If you want to know how to harness the power of obsession, then I suggest you to check out this video.